After going 3-1 this preseason with wins over Shaker Heights, Dublin Jerome, and Dublin Kaufman, the Bobcats opened the regular season against a club team, the Newark Generals. It's the Bobcats and the Generals, and it's next. Pass into Feehan. Feehan, one touch shoots. He scores! Tic-tac-toe. It's Cooper Feehan on the power play, and it's 2-0.
Over to Moore. Moore walks in. Moore's shot will go. Tipped into the back of the net. Casey Moore gets the goal. His first as a Bobcat.
Nick Powers on the breakaway. Powers. Back and forth. Shoots. He scores! Nick Powers. It's 4-1, baby. Let's go!
Welcome out here to the Slater Family Ice Arena as the Bowling Green Bobcats and the Newark Generals just about set for first period action with 2:50 left on the pregame clock. The Bobcats, of course, like I mentioned before, coming in to today's opening night regular season game, 3-1 in the preseason with Matt Brickman and Cade Contra splitting the starts in preseason. Matt Brickman will get the start tonight for the Bobcats in net. He'll be joined on the starting lineup by Caden Wisniewski, just recently named captain of the Bobcats this year. Also joined by Easton Schick, who's wearing an A. And at center ice, you'll have Ethan Hellboyd also wearing the other A for the Bobcats. He'll center Hayden Joseph and Rhett Winger. Other lines for the Bobcats include JT Webb centering Drake Joseph and Cooper Feehan back in the lineup after missing the Sunday preseason finale against the Dublin Kaufman's Rocks. Third line will be Colby Joseph centering Tanner Amos and Camden McIntosh. And the fourth line, Landon Noss centering Reagan Cortez and Hayden Fox with Dempsey Fox out of the lineup tonight. Other scratches for the Bobcats, besides Dempsey Fox, will be Nico Kuhn, also scratched for the Bobcats. With 1:33 left in the pregame clock, I do want to mention last year the Bobcats did beat the Newark Generals by a score of 10-2 in the Cold Turkey tournament. However, new team, new year, new team for both Newark and the Bobcats. As we'll step aside here for a quick break. When we come back, starting lineups, national anthem, and puck drop right here on YouTube.
between the Generals of Newark, Ohio, and your Bowling Green Bobcats. Today's game is sponsored by Stadium Insurance. Thank you to all the great people at Stadium Insurance. And now for today's starting lineups. First for the visiting Generals, in goal, number 90, Aaron Johnson. On defense, number 3, Trey Robinson. Also on defense, number 92, Mike Jakowski. At forward, number 10, Miles Eckenberg. Number 60, Max Benoit. And 93, Matt Jakowski. The Generals head coach is Patrick Farber. He's assisted by Dean Wilder, David Lynn, and manager Bob Williams. At every home game, one Bowling Green Hockey Association player or player in the Bowling Green area to attend Bowling Green City Schools is selected and recognized as a future Beachy Bobcat. Today's future Bobcat is Oliver Heath. Oliver plays for the Black Swan Ice Dogs. He attends Spring Elementary and his favorite team is the Detroit Red Wings. And now for your home team, the Bowling Green Bobcats. In goal, number 35, Matthew Creinin. On defense, number 13, Easton Shea. His partner on D, number 18, Creinin Loomis. At forward, number 10, Ethan Elmore. Number 19, Hayden Joseph. And number 21, Brett Winner. The Bobcats head coach is Connor Gauss. He is assisted by Joe Costin, Stu Smith, Tanner Foxbaum, Jamie Webb, and trainer Megan Whitfield. Will the Northeast Lions remove their hats for the playing of our national anthem?
Welcome back out here, Slater Family Ice Arena. Bowling Green Bobcats and the Newark Generals just about set for first period action. Got to reset the clock there. Again, just first year of high school hockey. Three 15-minute periods with each ice cut here at the Slater Family Ice Arena. It'll be Ethan Helfleden for the draw for the Bobcats against the Newark Generals player, and it will be Schick and Loomis on defense. I stand corrected, not Wisniewski. and Schick. So off the face-off win by Hellvoigt. Schick to lead the rush out of the zone on his backhand. Tries to find Hellvoigt, couldn't get it to him. As they'll dump it in, Brinkman settles it down for Loomis. Loomis beat to the puck though. Schick plays it back to his D partner in Loomis. Now Newark battling behind the net with Hellvoigt. Hellvoigt escapes with it. Little self-chip up to himself, 2-on-2 with Hayden Joseph going into the zone. Hellvoigt, nifty play there around one. He's held up, nothing called, as he's slow to get up, as that'll draw a whistle. Second line to come out. Again, the sniper on the team, Cooper Feehan, was on the first line last year with Nick Powers, Shane Casson. Face-off will come outside into the neutral zone. 14:25 to go here in this first period, so 0-0. It'll be Webb in for the draw. It'll be Joseph battling on the boards. The puck's now 3-on-3 battle. Squirts free to Schick. He'll send it right back into the corner for Feehan to play it. Feehan tried to send it in front. Now Webb. He's hit hard. Feehan takes it back. Has Joseph in the slot. Puck will hit the roof and play. Face-off won there by the Generals, as Joseph with a high hit, held in there by Cash Wisniewski, the younger brother of Bobcat captain Caden Wisniewski. Joseph and Feehan converge on the puck. Colby Joseph off to the puck. Now Cash Wisniewski to Colby Joseph. And now over to the Generals as they're unable to clear it out, as the Wisniewski brothers are a D pair right now with Cash over to his brother Caden. Caden, Bobcat captain, behind the net. Turned it over as the Generals will send it right back in. 2 minutes gone here. Nifty play there by the Generals, as it'll be Colby Joseph with a self-chip. A little too far, as the Generals will look up ice, and they could go 3-on-2 the other way. Intercepted there by Cash Wisniewski. He'll be shoved off the puck with, I believe that was Casey Moore. And now a Newark player falls down, skate to stick for the Bobcats in Cash Wisniewski. Still out there, long shift for the Wisniewski brothers. With 2.5 gone here in this first period. 3-on-2 battle in the corner still for the Bobcats. And Colby Joseph will walk out with it. Turned over though. Shot will be blocked there by Colby Joseph, and he'll look to just get this one down. As McIntosh will get on his horse, he'll try to beat the icing, but it will go too far as icing will be called. Nearly 3 minutes gone here in this first period. A lot of battles on the boards here so far, as it's still 0-0. Hellvoigt in for the draw, as it'll be Loomis. Shot will go, glove save, Brinkman. Face off won there by the Generals, as it'll come back to Loomis. Loomis lost the puck. He'll battle over with Schick's help to Hellvoigt. Now over to Winger. Winger Gets it up to Helvoet. Helvoet tried to go outside inside, couldn't get it to work. Could the Bobcat senior assistant captain. Now he'll go the other way, 2-on-2 again with Hayden Joseph. Helvoet speeding down the wing, power move to the net. Gets past one and off his backhand, shot went wide. Now Hayden Joseph, he's shoved off the puck. Helvoet takes a high hit. That'll draw a penalty. Brickman to come to the bench. It'll be touched up by the Generals as the Bobcats will head to the power play, their first odd man opportunity for either side. That'll send Tanner Amos out with Winger and Helvoet. Amos to take the draw. Amos wins it back to Helvoet, who will set up the five-man unit over to Wisniewski to Helvoet. Helvoet sets up the overload over to Winger. Winger shoots, save off the mask. Held in there by Schick. Schick, as Winger, he's interfered with, nothing called. As it'll come to Amos on a stick lift as as the Generals are finally able to send it down. Wisniewski up to Helvoet, turned it over. Over to Schick. Schick over to Wisniewski. Wisniewski is pickpocketed. Now odd man shot went through the crease and wide. Winger can't poke it out. Same with Wisniewski. Now it'll be Schick. With a minute gone here in the power play, Bobcats' best opportunity was right off the face-off, as Helvoet to have a chance to break out. He will. Over to Schick to Wisniewski. Wisniewski. Soft dump in right to Schick. Schick dangled one off the puck though. Gets it back to Winger. Winger poked it free. Now Amos gloves it down, but their Bobcats will be called for a hand pass. With 42 seconds to go here in this 5-on-4 power play for the Bobcats. JT Webb in for the draw. Webb lost it but won it back. Now Loomis sends it over to Webb. Webb shot it too hard to Feehan on the cross-eyes pass. As Bobcats will redo that face-off with 33 seconds to go in the power play. Face-off won there by Bobcats as they go 2-on-1 with Feehan and Joseph. Feehan on his wrist shot. He scores! Cooper Feehan snipes him top shelf, and it's 1-0 Bobcats. Good pass there by, I believe it was Loomis, who got it to, or Joseph got it to Feehan, as Feehan caught the goalie out of position a little bit, glove side, and it's 1-0. Power play goal for the Bobcats. As it'll be Colby Joseph off the draw, wins it back to Wisniewski. So they gave just Joseph an assist there. As also last night, Perrysburg defeated in NHC action. Perrysburg defeated St. Francis in overtime last night. Cody Schneider picked up a hat trick. As the puck will squirt free right to the Generals in the slot. Shot went wide. Loose in front, still loose, and Brinkman will cover up. With 9:03 to go here in this first period. As I'm gonna. As it was Loomis to Joseph to Feehan on that Bobcat goal. Watching the replay. As the Generals in the slot have Dangle one, shoots and scores. Bobcats turned it over in the slot as they dangled Wisniewski and beat Brinkman, and it's 1-1. The Bobcats had the puck in their own zone, turned it over, ran into each other actually, and Wisniewski tried to block the shot and left Brinkman in on a breakaway chance as he couldn't make the glove save. Off the draw, it'll come back to Helvoit, over to Loomis. Loomis over to Schick. Schick, 1-1 your score. Off the draw, Helvoit lost it, but Winger read it. As they'll dump it in, Brinkman settles it down for Loomis. Loomis over to Hayden Joseph. Hayden Joseph chipped it right up to Schick. Schick to lead the rush 3-on-2. Schick on his backhand, sauce it over to Winger, deflected just wide. As they'll send it right back around. As two Bobcats converge, it'll be Winger. He delivered the check, but it was reverse hit by the General. As the Generals now go 1-on-1, 2-on-2 if they could hurry. Schick tried to poke it free. He sent one to the ice. Good check there by Easton Schick. Now the Generals. Schick plays it around, turned it over. Loomis off the glass, can't get it out. Oh, it does get it out. As the puck will jump Brinkman's stick with halfway gone here in this first period. Hard around for Winger. Winger left it 1-on-1 as Helvoit. Helvoit expect him to risk this one on net. Pad save as the puck jumped his stick. As it goes off the referee, right back to Helvoit. Helvoit just to dangle in the zone. Gets around one. Sees ice, he'll take it. Around a General, lost the puck though. Moore took the puck. And now pass through the crease. Now shot will go. Glove save, out of danger there by Wisniewski. Good save there by Matt Brinkman. Feehan now on the puck. Shoves a General to the ice. Joseph has tried to sidestep one. Moore as well, battling. Sends it low for Feehan. Feehan looking for number 2 already. He's hit off the puck. Moore sends it right back in. Now Kajewski kicked out by General, back up to Webb, to Joseph, back to Feehan, to Webb. Back to Feehan. Feehan dangled 1-on-4. No, 1-on-3. He's checked off the puck. As Newark will send it off of a Bobcat glove who was already sitting on the bench. And that'll halt play. Sorry about that, folks. I'm aware of the... We should be back now. 6:10 to go here. Face-off won there by the Generals. As they look to escape up ice, as icing will be called. 6:02 to go here in this first period. 1-1 your score. It'll be the Bobcat fourth line out there. For this offensive face-off, Noss, Fox, and Cortez out there with Wisniewski and Moore. Face-off goes to the Generals as they go the other way. It's possible 3-on-2. They'll dump it in. Chasing the puck around are the Generals, and the Bobcats as Noss falls on top of it. Gets back up. That's 2-on-2 battle with Wisniewski in the corner as he's tackled. And now a 2-on-1 battle down low. Generals hit the point. Shot will go. Tip just wide. May have gotten a stick of Brinkman. Now more to Hayden Fox. Generals in. Shot blocked in front by Wisniewski as the Bobcats able to get it out. Not enough for an icing. Full sail change coming for the Bobcats. All 5 fresh for the Bobcats as dumped in by the Generals. Left to go to Hellvoigt. Hellvoigt up to Winger. Winger interfered with. That'll draw a penalty as the Bobcats head back to the power play with 4:51 to go here in this first period of action. 1-for-1 on the season of the Bobcats. Face-off will be won there by Winger. Winger sets up the power play. Schick up to Wisniewski. Wisniewski has it poked off his stick. Now possible chance here for the Generals. Backhand shot blocked away. As it'll go off the glove of Brinkman and right to Schick. Schick up to Hellvoigt. Hellvoigt returning in a Bobcat uniform. Using Amos as a screen into the zone is Ethan Hellvoigt. He'll halt up, sends it back to Wisniewski. Wisniewski over to Schick. Schick. Winger. Winger. Winger protecting the puck. Back to Schick. Schick sent it on net. Loose in front. Now Amos couldn't corral it. And Wisniewski couldn't knock it down with a minute to go here in this 5-on-4 power play. Brinkman plays it away from the oncoming Generals. Hellvoigt will ring it around for himself. He looks for him to turn on the Jets. He takes it himself. Looked offside though. Did the Bobcats run around there as the defense was changing? Able to get it out though are the Generals. Winger onside, 3-on-2. Winger halts up instead, sets up the power play. More. Shot was tipped by a General as Winger with a big check. And now it'll be Amos to Winger. Winger, Loomis holds it in. Loomis over to Winger. Winger's got a chance here to walk in, couldn't corral it. Winger. Winger back to Loomis. He'll let this one go. From the point, shot will go. No traffic in front. As goalie saw that one all the way. With 9 seconds to go on the power play, Bobcats will get the offensive zone face-off. With 2:59 to go here in this period. It'll be JT Webb. Webb in for the draw, lost it. General's able to ring this one all the way around. Loomis can't hold it in. It'll be Moore. General out of the box, so 1-for-2 on the power play over the Bobcats. As Webb turned it over, so did Loomis. And now General's back to the point, D-to-D onside. Joseph knocked it down, Feehan shipped it out of danger. D-to-D again, go the Generals as they'll dump it right back in. Brinkman settles it for Loomis. Loomis over to Joseph. Drake Joseph up to the forward position this year. As the Bobcats graduated 8 players, 6 of them forwards, including 4 of their top 6. As the Bobcats will head to the box here with 2:12 to go here in this. It's going to be a hooking penalty to JT Webb. They're going to get him for a hook. As Bobcats will head to the box here. It'll be Webb, 2 minutes for a hook. Tying him up there, I believe tackled there was Joseph. He'll go right after the puck. And Feehan as well. Tipped pad save by Brinkman. As now to be Captain Wisniewski over. Can't get it out though, can the Bobcats. Off the skate of Drake Joseph, and he'll go and grab it. He'll go in and try to fetch it away from the General. Will Drake Joseph? He does not do so, but he creates a turnover, as it'll be Moore delivering an inadvertent elbow to a General. Drake Joseph and Moore missing a check. Now General protecting the puck behind the net, send it back to the right point. With under a minute on the power, or with just about a minute on the power play, tip just wide by the General in front. Generals again working now deep slot, walking in, left circle shot, blocked in front by Casey Moore. Moore tried to get it out, couldn't do so. On the backhand, deep slot, shot will go, shade Brinkman. 45 seconds to go on the power play for the Generals. As Generals send it right back in front, Loomis able to clear it out of danger. Hellvoigt steals it with under 30 to go in the power play. Bobcats bring it back in. 25 to go now in the period. Schick beat, 2-on-1 for the Generals. Generals now working left circle. Back down low. Working. Shot will go, tip. Brinkman made the save and clearing it out of danger with 5 in the period. 4 right to Winger. Winger knows he's got no time, not much time left with. He'll let that period expire as the Bobcats and Generals go into the intermission. It'll be sent to the intermission. 1-1 your score after 1. When we come back, second period of action right here on YouTube. Welcome back out here, Slater Family Ice Arena. Bobcats and Generals. Second period of action. Bobcats will win the draw. Turned it right over as they get it back though, and Hayden Joseph. Onside, drop to right winger. Winger shot, paddle save. Ooh. Winger goes in the boards hard. He'll get up. Generals in shot, blocked away by Brinkman. Loose in front, screwed out of danger. Helvoet. Over to Loomis. Loomis over to Schick. Schick. Up to Loomis. Back to Schick. To Hayden Joseph. Let it go for an icing on the Bobcats. With 14:10 to play here in this second period of action. Face off one cleanly there by the Generals all the way back in their defensive zone. As Feehan forces him to clear it all the way down. Joseph intercepts. D-to-D pass. Carter Chatfield on the puck. First shift of the day for Carter Chatfield. Webb, his shot, pad save, loose in front. Couldn't get it to go. Icing will be called on the Generals with 13:43 to go here in the second period. Bobcats keep the same 5 out. It'll be Wisniewski out there with Chatfield, Joseph, Webb, and Feehan. Caden Wisniewski, that is. As it'll come back to Brinkman. Brinkman settles it for Wisniewski. Wisniewski off the glass and out, tipped by Feehan and down. No icing as it's waved off. Now it'll come back to the Generals. Feehan trying to create the turnover, couldn't do so. Now intercepted there by Wisniewski. His shot will go, blocked, patted away, right to Feehan, right to Joseph. He shot, save by the General netminder. Icing waved off on this one as well. Brinkman almost put it in his own net. As Moore over to Wisniewski. Or that's Wisniewski to Wisniewski. Now Joseph. 2 Josephs out there with an Amos. Now Joseph for McIntosh off the bench as Amos on the stick lift gets it over to Colby Joseph. Colby Joseph. And McIntosh battling, and now it'll be Casey Moore with a spin. Off the boards, gets it out. Right back to the Generals though, 3-on-2 into the zone. Moore. First 2, over with Amos. Amos up to Colby Joseph. Colby Joseph dumps it in. On net. McIntosh first 2 though, sends it right back in front. Couldn't get it to home. Now Casey Moore, his shot will go tipped, loose in front and wide. Amos. Chipped out of danger there. Moore can't hold it in. As the Generals wanted a penalty on Colby Joseph for a cross check. Nothing will be called though. Icing waved off as they didn't have enough oomph on it, as it'll be the Bobcat top line to come back out. 2-on-1 though for the Generals if they can hurry. It'll be Brinkman over to Schick. Schick up to, I believe it's Joseph to Winger. Winger turned it over. Now Helvoet pokes it free. Ethan Helvoet, first 2, gets the puck back for the Bobcats. Now Helvoet with 11:15 to go here in the second period. Still 1-1. Now the Generals coasting into the zone, halting up, looking for the backdoor play, couldn't get it to go. Now Generals again, as Loomis delivered a little cross check, nothing called. It could have been a call. 3-on-2 as Helvoet enters his own, drop past the winger. Over to Helvoet, backhand, he shoots, he scores! What a goal, Ethan Helvoet goes right to the student section and celebrates. It's 2-1 Bobcats. Good play there by winger and Helvoet as Bobcats get back in front. It's 2-1. It'll be Joseph, Webb, and Feehan, Loomis, and Schick. Face off one there by Loomis. Over to Webb. Webb turned it over. Loomis hard hit, creates a 2-on-1. Generals in, shot high. Drake Joseph off of Webb. Couldn't get the pass. As it was Loomis up to Feehan. Feehan to Webb. Couldn't connect. Off of the Bobcats and right back down as the Bobcats will take a penalty. Not really sure for what. I think it's going to be a rough on Webb. As it was a rough on Webb. Bobcat top penalty killing unit out with Feehan and Moore, with Joseph and Wisniewski. Brinkman plays it all the way around, right to a general though. Joseph, very aggressive on this penalty kill. Collided with Moore. Off the, heard a ding, off of Joseph again. Feehan now can't get it out. Generals, shot will go right into the glove of Matt Brinkman. It'll be Winger and Helvoet. Tying him up there, winning it forward there was Winger, and he'll go right in after it after clearing it down the ice. Will the Bobcat sophomore. Now Helvoet clearing it out of danger there and knocking it down on the interception there from Casey Moore, as Helvoet's going to head to the box here. And it's going to be a 5-on-3 here for the Generals, as Helvoet is going to get called for a cross check. Another penalty trouble here for the Bobcats. Will send out Winger, Schick, and Loomis. Expect Loomis to clear traffic out in front. Winger to chase and Schick to do everything else. Face off one there. Working up high there, the Generals in, shoots off the bar as Brinkman was caught deep in his net. Now Generals working in left circle. Spinning around, back, working in, looking back door, couldn't get the pass to go. Now Loomis able to get it all the way down. Winger, he'll try to chase this one out. As the goaltender will play it all the way around. Forcing a offside play on the Generals. With 11 seconds to go here. They'll send out Drake Joseph as the lone forward. He's going to be joined by JT Webb. So really 3 defensemen out for the Bobcats, with Drake Joseph just transitioning to forward this year. Joseph will time up and win the draw. Dumping it right back in are the Generals with 5 in the 5-on-3. Moore, or that's Schick still actually, out there with Loomis and Joseph. Webb joins the play. Setting up the box are the Bobcats, looking backdoor, looking loose in front. Webb, he'll get this one out of danger. And now the Generals working it back in. Shot will go high of Brinkman and wide. First 2 though are the Generals. Generals send it back low. Loomis with a big kind of trust check, and now that'll be a penalty on Braden Loomis. More penalty trouble for the Bobcats, as it'll be sticked away by Brinkman. As a general cross-check Schick in front, which should even it up. It'll be Winger in by himself, as the Bobcats shorthanded still, as it'll be Helvoet coming out of the box. Moore sent it into the Bobcat bench. Penalties expired. We have 2 aside here. 2-1 Bobcat lead here. 6:35 or 6:53 to go here in this Bobcat Generals second period. The Bobcats will draw a penalty there. It's going to be a cross check. Bobcats to the power play. Oh, they gave him a 5. So a 5-minute. A 5-minute major for boarding. And now Wisniewski over to Helvoet, deep slot. Helvoet risks this one high and wide. And Schick able to hold it in. Winger, back to Schick, to Wisniewski. He'll set it up. With Helvoet right in front for Amos. Drawing traffic in front. as it'll be Tanner Amos to take the draw. Helvoit working it in, whiffed on the shot right to Amos. Amos shoot, backhand right to Winger. Couldn't connect. Amos still loose as clearing out of danger there are the Generals. Brinkman, 4:12 to go in the 5-minute major power play for the Bobcats. Wisniewski over to Schick. Schick turned it right over to Winger, to Schick, to Helvoit. Helvoit over to Schick. Schick up to Helvoit. Helvoit sees ice. He'll take it in. Drops it over to Winger. Winger to Schick. To Winger. Turned it over, did Rhett Winger. As now to come to Schick. Brinkman. Now to be Amos up to Helvoit. 3-on-2 for the Bobcats. Helvoit. Turned it right to Schick. Kicked it right to a General, though. They could go 3-on-2, but they'll chip it out. Wisniewski. Quick up to Helvoit. Helvoit turns on the Jets. Left it for Amos. Amos shot, pad save, looked for the rebound, no one home. It'll be Cash Wisniewski. Back to the point. His shot will go tipped just wide by Amos. Now Winger. Cycles low for Amos. Amos looking back to Winger, back to the deep slot more. Helvoit. Right to Amos, shot. Couldn't get it to go. Second unit now out. Feehan, Webb, and Joseph. Moore and Loomis. Face off won there by the Generals. As Loomis went for the check, and Brinkman to Moore. Moore to Webb. Webb. Pass intercepted there as Moore took a penalty. He'll touch up. With 2:25 to go in the major, Bobcats back in penalty trouble. It's Casey Moore this time off the JT Webb turnover. Loomis. Feehan over to Joseph. Joseph streaking in. He's got a break. Drake Joseph in. Shot save. Loose in front. Rebound. Shot wide. As now it'll still come back to the Generals. Just watching the replay there. Shot there as the puck will bounce over Brinkman's glove. Good thing it went wide. Wisniewski placed it to the corner. Now Loomis. Back to Wisniewski. Wisniewski tape to Feehan. Dangled one on his backhand. He's hit off the puck. This is Cooper Feehan. Now Wisniewski 2-on-1. In with Joseph. Wisniewski, his shot will go wide. Winger. Clap shot, went wide again. With skating 4-on-4 still. Loomis takes a slash, protects the puck though. Wisniewski over to Joseph. Joseph, his shot will go tipped wide by Winger. Wisniewski, his shot went pad save. Joseph. Bobcats are firing at all cylinders here from the point. Joseph behind the net. Tired Generals. Joseph gets freed, lost the puck. As the Generals will send it down. Nicing waved off as it was on net. Winger. Sauces over to Helvoit. Helvoit His shot will go. Stick save, may have gotten a piece of the post. Now Loomis went for the check, shoved him off. Now Schick. Helvoet tipped. It in for Winger. Winger took it back, left it right in front for Helvoet as he cut the wrong direction. Shot will go tipped high and wide, and now Loomis. Chipped it up to Winger. Winger with 4 in the penalty. It'll be chipped up as the minor will end. Bobcats and Generals back at full strength. Moore skates through 1, 3-on-2. His shot will go, pad save, rebound will go right to, I believe Helvoet lost an edge. 3 defensemen out for the Bobcats right now after the penalty kill, or after the power play. Schick tipped it, went right to Ethan Helvoet. Helvoet's pass was gloved down. And now Schick. Schick dangled one. Took a stick off of a General and shoved it aside. Now General's looking for the break pass. Couldn't connect. Shot will go blocked away by Brinkman, cleared out of danger. Now Joseph chopped it away. Big hit there by Loomis. Winger up to Joseph, hits in his skates. With under a minute to play here in this second period. Wisniewski holds it in. With under 30 to play now. Feehan. Whoa, holds it in. Right to Feehan though. Feehan. His shot will go loose in front. And it's score! Not sure who got credit as Webb was crashing the crease. They're gonna call it a goal, and it's gonna go to Webb. It may have gone off of him in front. A weird goal is under 20 seconds to play. Three to 1 Bobcats with 16 seconds to go here in the second period. It'll come back to the Generals, who will go D-to-D with 8. Off of them and out. That'll do it for the second period. Bobcats put 2 on the board and will lead 2 to 1 or 3 to 1. So they did give it to Webb. Welcome back out here, Slater Family Ice Arena, Bobcats and Generals. 3-1 Bobcats lead. It's JT Webb got the third goal. Ethan Helvey got the second. And Cooper Feehan got the first goal of the season for the Bobcats. Third period of action starting underway after the face-off win by Ethan Helvey. He'll get over to Winger. Winger over to Helvey. Helvey back to Loomis. Loomis off of a General and down in their defensive zone. They control to the Generals. They'll slap it in. Of course, Matt Brinkman's first career start. 3-1 Bobcats lead so far. Puck will find Brinkman. Behind the net of the Generals, first two. Throw it back in front. Save as Brinkman lost sight of it, but it hit him. Now puck will find Easton Schick. Easton Schick up to Helvey. Can't get it out. Does get it out. Now try to find Winger. Couldn't get it to him. Off of a General and back in to the General defensive zone. Now the Generals working forward. Now they'll dump it in. Intercepting the dump will be, I believe it's Hayden Joseph. As saved there by Brinkman, and Loomis with the big shoulder check. Now it'll be Casey Moore. Over to Feehan, to Moore. Up to Winger, still on the ice. He'll head off for a change. And now the Generals knocking it down there was the Bobcats. And JT Webb, now Joseph trying to fight through. Moore settles it down, sends it over to Webb. Webb regrouping. Sends it back up to Moore, up to Joseph. Joseph skates through 1, 2-on-0 here for the Bobcats. Joseph in over to Amo, or Feehan, couldn't corral it. Now Generals, Webb knocks it down, so does General. Now JT Webb. Off of a General, could have been too many men on them, but not a call. Joseph plays it to Feehan, Feehan. Outside, inside on one, Feehan leaves it for Webb. Webb. Cycling low to Joseph. Joseph dangled one, power move right to the net. Webb lost sight of the puck. And this line's towards the end of their shift. Big hit there by Joseph as he'll touch up. This could be a 5-minute power play here for the Generals possibly. Nope, they gave him a 2. Joseph to the box. Winger, Schick, Loomis, and Helway. Winger. Now it'll be Helvey on the forecheck. Takes the skates out from underneath a General, as now it'll go off of Winger and held in though by the Generals. Off of Loomis. Right to Winger, knocked beautifully down by a General. Power move to the net. Behind the net. So the net comes off. Good whistle there by the referee as noticing the net came off. Face off one there by the Generals. They'll walk in from the slot. Shot was blocked there by Loomis. He'll slap it all the way down. Winger. Hellvoid intercepting that pass. Over to Schick. He'll send that down again for the Bobcats. As the Generals will skid out of their zone into the neutral zone. Glove down by, I believe, Loomis again. And Generals just can't seem to get set up on this 5-on-4 power play. Now Webb over skates. And it'll come back to the Generals at the point. Intercepted there by the Bobcats, and it squeaks out. As the Generals will send it back in. Shots blocked there by Feehan, right to Joseph out of the box. Joseph to Feehan. Feehan in, shoots, he's hooked up. That'll draw a penalty as he collides into the boards. He gets up fine. Delay penalty on the play. Shot will go. They're going to call him for a hook. With 9:57 to go here. Bobcats to the power play. Hellvoid over on the boards, gets it back to Schick. Schick, Wisniewski, too far for Hellvoid. It'll come back to Brinkman. Brinkman settles it for Wisniewski over to Schick. Schick. Bobcat alternate captain in Easton Schick. Over to Hellvoid. Hellvoid up to Winger. Winger to Amos. Amos. Winger takes it. Back to the point to Schick. To Winger. Winger walks in. Soft pass down low for Amos. Now battling behind the net are three Bobcats, and Winger peels out with it. Sends it low for Amos, brings it around for Hellvoid. With 1 minute to go in the 5-on-4, right to Winger in the slot. Winger, he shoots backdoor pass to Amos, couldn't connect. Now Schick curl and drag, right to Wisniewski. His shot will go tipped wide, or blocked wide. Now Hellvoid to Schick. Hellvoid. Now Wisniewski. Winger. Back to Wisniewski to Winger. Winger to Amos. Amos. Winger. Wisniewski. Amos. Winger. Now as the Bobcats are tired 5. Get it back in though quickly. Hellvoid. Amos goes right to the net. Schick. Wisniewski. His shot will go wristed wide. Now Hellvoid. Hellvoid escaping through. Threw it right back to Amos to Winger, or Winger to Amos, as pad save there by the Gilmore netminder, or the General netminder, as they ice the puck. Really good power play shift there for the Bobcats. A lot of zone time, but nothing to prove. Face off one there by Webb. Wisniewski walks into it. Shot will go off of a General. And right back to the point. Wisniewski holds it in. Sends it low for Webb and Feehan. The 2-on-2 battle now again in the corner with under halfway gone in this third period. Webb, shouldered off. Feehan now gets the puck back. Strong on the puck is the Bobcat junior. As he broke his stick. As it'll come back to the Bobcats and McIntosh. McIntosh over skates. And so does Drake Joseph. Meanwhile, 6:40 to go here in this third. Bobcats will find the puck in McIntosh. Able to get it out of danger, but not out. McIntosh again, now chips it out for Amos. Almost tripping over the stick there was a General. Out there with now is Hayden Fox with Loomis. Over to Hayden Fox. Hayden Fox. And that'll draw a penalty. As Hayden Fox is run over. Bobcats back to the power play. Good job there by Hayden Fox to draw the penalty. Face off one there by the Bobcats, swung over for Winger. He took a stick in the chest, nothing called. Big hit there by a Winger. I'm trying to set the clock here back for you. There you go. Meanwhile, the Generals get it out. But they'll send it back to Helvoit though. Helvoit breaking it out in the neutral zone. He takes a slash, nothing called. General's able to get it back out. Wisniewski, Schick, Helvoit, Wisniewski, Helvoit. Helvoit, Winger to Helvoit. Brinkman sauces it, was going for Amos, but it was knocked down by Schick and Winger. Dangled one. Power move to the net, lost side of the puck. Poked free there by the goaltender. Right to Schick though. Schick over skates. Right to Helvoit. Helvoit to Schick. Favorite spot is Easton Schick. Right to Amos. Loose in front and he scores! Easton Schick. The Bobcat senior gets the goal. Poked it on the poke check. It's 4-1. Power play goal. Not a man to celebrate is the Bobcat senior assistant captain. But he'll get the goal, his first of the year, and it's 4-1. Face off one there by the Bobcats. As it'll be Loomis. As Feehan steals it in the slot. Cooper Feehan shot save. Feehan again, now Joseph over to Feehan. He collides, but Feehan gets it back. Feehan fights through a check using someone's stick. don't believe he has a backup stick. It's Cooper Feehan. Joseph shoved down, Webb shot, trickles wide. As the Generals will smartly send it down. On a chip play, Brinkman poke checked it out of danger, but no stick for Matt Brinkman. Feehan smartly gives his Brinkman stick back to him. Loomis. Over to Feehan, off of a General and right back to him. Right now, Feehan 1-on-2, flips and falls. He's at the end of his shift. He's gassed. He'll head to the bench. Colby Joseph now back out. Drake Joseph tips it in. Colby Joseph intercepts. As Amos couldn't tag up on time with just about 3 minutes to play here in this third final period. Bobcats lead 4-1. As it'll be Colby Joseph. As Camden McIntosh able to get it back in deep with Wisniewski over to Chatfield. Now sent back in, Carter Chatfield off the boards. Right to McIntosh, stepped into, but makes the play. Now Chatfield stepped up. McIntosh over to Tanner Amos. He'll dump it in. Now McIntosh over to Colby Joseph. Threw it right in front tried to find McIntosh, couldn't get it to him. Brinkman active with the puck today. Chatfield over to Caden Wisniewski. Caden Wisniewski over to Carter Chatfield. Now Wisniewski taking Colby Joseph as Amos. Power move to the net, lost the puck. With under 2 minutes to play here in this third period. 4-1 Bobcats lead as it's Cash Wisniewski. Up to McIntosh. Shot will go wide of the net. And right to the Generals in the slot, but turned it back to the Bobcats. Did the Generals. Now Caden Wisniewski chopped it up to Reagan Cortez, couldn't get it to him. As it's going to be an icing on the Generals with 1:30 to go here. It'll be Landon Nawson for the draw. Wins it right over to Hayden Fox, couldn't get it. Now Schick. Out there with Cash Wisniewski and Reagan Cortez. The puck will find the Generals back in neutral ice. Caden Wisniewski off of the glass and out. Now Schick. As it was sent over by Easton Schick off the boards. Now sent over to Reagan Cortez, he'll get it out of the zone. For an icing though, with under 30 seconds to play here. Bobcats with a 4-1 lead. It'll be Winger. Winger off the face-off. The face-off will be cleared out of danger right to Helvoet. Couldn't connect. On the breakaway chance there, could Ethan Helvoet. with 20.4 to go. Face-off won there by the Bobcats. It'll be chipped down. Loomis. Generals hold it in. Shot will be tipped just wide. That'll be Hayden Joseph. Plays it back to Moore. Turned it over right to the Generals with 0 and 1 as that'll do it. Bobcats move to 1 and 0 here in the early going of the season after a 4-1 victory over the Newark Generals. Matt Brakeman picks up his second career win as he picked up the win last year against the Olentangy Orange. Allowed 1 goal, did the Bobcat Junior. That'll be it for today's broadcast. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 10:30 for the Junior Varsity showdown between the Bobcats and the Northern Kentucky Wildcats, I believe is their nickname, but don't quote me on that one. Then following the JV game tomorrow will be the varsity game. I'll see you tomorrow night, folks.